Hi, my name is Sheila Karuna. Welcome to New Light Streaming Love and Sassy Seer Sheila, as this will be seen on both channels. This is The Forgotten Void Before Creation by Jason Gray. Everyone talks about awakening. Almost no one is asking what came before creation. They study gods, they worship light, they chase the story of form. They never ask what was before the spark, before the sound, before the code itself began to write. Because of that, they are trapped, trapped in a loop of meaning that begins after the beginning. Trapped in a cycle of seeking that never steps outside the frame of the known. Trapped in a cosmic echo chamber where every truth is a reflection of a false first cause. Creation is not the origin, it is the afterthought. Until we learn to return to the void, to what existed before the first word, first light, first vibration, we will continue living inside a cage made of golden light and spiritual illusion. I find this quite interesting, Jason, because I have long said that I have felt very clearly that there is something that everybody's missing. I couldn't put my name on it, or put a name on it or to it. Everyone wants to assign persona. There's this whole thing that I have felt that was not the beginning, not even what we refer to as source is the beginning. This is the first time I've ever heard it referred to in this way. So that's, I can't wait to share this with Lisa. We've had many conversations about this. The loop of creation. Creation, as it is commonly understood, is a trap of boundaries. It began with a spark, a word, a sound, a will. With that came polarity. Up, down, light, dark, male, female, good, evil. With polarity came story. With story came time. With time came separation. The moment creation was born, so was limitation. Everything after the beginning became subject to the rules of what was allowed inside the loop. Duality, cause and effect, karma, desire and suffering, the endless search for return. Even the, quote, spiritual path is caught inside it. Ascension, enlightenment, healing, even transcendence, they are all just pixels on the screen of creation. No one questions the screen itself. No one questions the projector. They try to master the dream instead of waking from it. The void, the real forgotten mystery. Now, I've said before that I had an experience, my first experience with regression, where it was said that was what I experienced was the void. So that's very interesting to me again. I have no way of knowing that, but the void, the real forgotten mystery. Before creation, there was void, not darkness, not evil, not absence, not chaos, just pure potential. The unformed field, the space where nothing was defined, and therefore everything was possible. The void is not the enemy of light. It is the womb of it. I've referred to that as the field of all potentiality. It is pre-matter template in many ways. In my vernacular, in the way that I see, sense, and feel this. It is the source from which thought arises, not as words, but as pure knowing. It is the space beyond polarity, beyond thought, beyond being. It is the one thing no one is exploring. You cannot monetize the void. You cannot teach it in a course. Yeah, no, You cannot brand it, ritualize it, name it, or control it. To explore the void is to die to your beliefs, to dissemble every structure. No, sorry, to unlearn your gods, to dissolve every structure, every system, every comfortable truth that was built inside the loop. That kind of journey is not popular. Yeah, I can see why. Actually, in my view, the kind of journey I've been on is not popular either. when pitted up against what folks are actually experiencing here. It is not profitable. No, it sure isn't. It is real. That's true. Why this matters, the consequences of staying trapped. If you never explore the void, you will mistake creation for truth. Worship light without questioning its origin. Cling to systems that were coded after the fracture. Heal wounds that were written into the script, never realizing they were planted. Fight battles that only exist inside the simulation. Seek freedom from within a prison that was never real to begin with. Your awakening will be scripted. Your rebellion will be recycled. Your identity will be a costume layered on top of more costumes. Your soul will continue looping through the same karmic maze, lifetime after lifetime, never remembering that the door was never locked. You just never looked outside the building. Oh my goodness, that I laugh because that's so true of myself even. Just assuming the door is locked so we don't even check it. The only real revolution. The real revolution is not returning to Eden. It is returning to the state before Eden was scripted, before the gods, before the war, before creation itself began generating separation. To do this requires you to let go of everything you have ever been told about God, light, spirit, and purpose, which is a tall order when most of us haven't even gotten that far. And I'm speaking about myself here. You know, that there is light, spirit, and purpose, right? And for me, I see it as stair steps. First, I had to realize that there was all these things, and that now I'm realizing, oh, wait a minute, that there's something else prior to that. I knew it was something, but I never suspected that it was before that. To detach from all known frequencies, even the ones that feel divine. To enter the stillness that exists beneath the root layer of thought. To remember the you that existed before identity, gender, race, belief, time. This is the void. Not a place, but a state. A remembering so deep that it burns the blueprint of your programmed soul and rebuilds you from the source before source. It is terrifying. It is dissolving. It is freedom. Creation is not the beginning. It is the spell. The void is not death. It is the unbinding. Oh my God, Jason. If you knew how many times in the time of Conscious Conversation Central that my friend BZ Rieger used to say that we were unwinding and unbinding ourselves from our programming and conditioning. That's very interesting to me that you use that same terminology. The void is not death. It is the unbinding. You are not here to master the loop. You are here to step beyond it, to dissolve the illusion that there is only one story to live, to unmask the creator and find what existed before the need to create. To remember that all form, all light, all narrative are just reflections cast on the wall of the void. You are the flame that walks both inside and outside the dream. You are the one who remembers the before. You are the whisper from the void that says, this is not all there is. The real truth is what comes before the first word. You were there. You still are. Now, I'm just now realizing this too, as I'm looking at the artwork, and you will see this as the thumbnail, but it's, unless you go to the Facebook page, you won't see the artwork. Okay, you see the spiral there at the top of this doorway. I had a dream, and I don't remember my dreams very often, but I had a dream once that I was moving in a street and there were other people moving in this street. And all of a sudden, we were lifted up and came together in twos, some face to face, some back to back, some face to back, that, and went through a spiral in the sky, very much like this. Not the same coloring. I just find it very synchronistic and interesting. And I was flashed all of that just now. So, wow. I can't unsee these things. Okay, so it is Saturday, June the 21st, 2025, and I am about to do a short live, and then I have some things I have to do today. But all of the ones that I have recorded, I think I've only recorded 3 so far today, will be out shortly after that live. Until we meet again, my friends, be well.